Hey guys, and welcome to my channel BitGlenn. My name's Glenn and I like to share with you what I learn in the world of cryptocurrency as I go through it. Today I actually wanted to talk about my different staking and interest earning cryptocurrencies, and I found a really cool website that actually tracks what are the best returns and interest rates currently in the world of crypto, as I believe this is going to be a huge driving factor going into the next bull run. So how am I checking this and what is happening with all my investments so far? Well, let's check it out. Hey guys, so as always, thank you to everyone that's been joining my channel lately and to everyone that's been smashing that like button. I know I've said this on quite a few videos lately, but I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone. We're almost at the 2,000 subscriber mark, which is huge for me. And also my videos tend to be getting sort of 50, 60 likes every video now, which is fantastic. I did notice though that my videos always tend to get sort of 100, 200 views within a sort of 24, 48 hour period. So that means there's 150 of you out there that are not ticking that like button, so please smash that like button if you're regularly watching my videos. It helps with the channel grow to other people so that hopefully I can spread the BitGlenn word out to everyone. But that's enough of me talking about my YouTube channel. Today's main video is going to be about staking platforms and staking cryptocurrencies. Now, I was actually thinking the other day, oh, I've got quite a few staking things going on. Obviously, I've got Hex, Tezos, and CRO, and I just sort of like, oh, one day I'll sit down and work it all out what I've got. So I actually built a little sort of cryptocurrency portfolio today using a pie chart, so I can track what it is I've got, and then I can look back at that in, say, a week's time and say, oh, look, my balances have gone up or down or what. So that's something I was looking at. And then I was thinking, oh, if only there was a way I could go on some sort of website and it lists all the different cryptocurrency staking platforms there are out there, or interest earning third-party companies through cryptocurrency, and I couldn't find one at first. So then I thought, right, I'll build it myself. So I started looking into creating a website. I actually got a quote from a web designing company for about 25 grand to build a comparison website that would use different tracking data from different platforms, so like Nexo, Cellulus, and Coinbase, and all these different sort of outlets. I thought, oh, okay, that's quite a big jump. That's quite a big venture. So I haven't actually gone ahead with that. So I was searching the other day, and eventually I did find a platform. I found a website called stakingrewards.com. Now, this website has tons of data, more than I could ever think to even include on a website. So there's no way I'm going to try and compete with these guys, but seems like a really cool platform. There doesn't seem to be a huge amount of advertisement. They don't seem to be partnered with any of these staking platforms. So they're not trying to shill you a particular coin or anything. The only adverts I have noticed on here are right down the bottom. You've got a little link here for Brave browser, and also there's this link here to buy a ledger-nano. I've read through their about us, their disclaimers, I've read their journals, and they seem like a really cool company and a website that obviously is taking cryptocurrency very seriously, and they seem to have a passion for it. That's what I've picked up on. So there's lots and lots of data here. So if you are sitting here watching this video saying, oh Glenn, what about this token and what about that, and I heard this and I heard that, you can come over to stakingrewards.com. I'll put the link to it in the description down below so you guys can click through to it. But it's got loads of data on here. So like Tezos straight away is at the top. It says here this is in a list of trusted data, stakeable assets. Tezos is number one at the moment with sort of a 5.6%. I don't think they rate that in terms of the best interest rate you're going to get, but it's based on the community scoring it out of 5 stars. So they've given Tezos 4.5 stars. So it seems like a very high trusted staking platform at the moment. And obviously with them being on Coinbase, I think that's really probably helped them out quite a lot. But it's got all their market cap, their volume, their total staked, the price, the reward once it's been adjusted. We've got Cosmos, Phantom, IOST, Decreed, Waves platform, well-known cryptocurrencies, and some that I've never even heard of, which is great because if you can buy some of these, I suppose, cheap, if they're sort of well trusted in people that have done their research. And some of them seem to be offering absolutely ridiculous rewards, like this one here, I've never heard, Synthetic Network. They're offering 54%. Now, these all have different criteria. Some of them are like master nodes, you have to own so many coin, you have to stake it for so long. Obviously when you actually click into it, it gives you more data on the price of the token, but also what you have to stake and how much your expected reward is, a bit about each company. So really cool website. I really recommend that you guys use this if you want to get ahead of the curve on some of the staking reward platforms out there. So what about my staking rewards? What about me? Everyone wants to know what's BitGlen doing. So as you guys know, I bought a small amount of Tezos through Coinbase. I've only got about 100 pounds worth, which is about $120, $130 worth. But I did say I was going to increase my position in Tezos, but I've been buying quite a lot of different cryptocurrencies lately. So I'm trying to rein it in a bit and refocus. Okay, what is it I want to achieve and where do I want to go? And also exit strategy. Remember, always think of your exit strategy. So you can see here that I've got my Tezo rewards. This is my little ticker that's going down. I've zoomed right in on this so you guys can actually see. But estimated reward. So currently Coinbase are giving me 4.9%. As I mentioned in my video the other day, obviously Coinbase are taking that cut. They're taking that extra 1%. They're keeping that to themselves. But they don't have to offer you this. So it's really cool that they actually are paying you that out. And I think this is something that we're going to see more and more often on Coinbase. They're going to start listing coins that offer staking as part of their platform. And if you buy it through Coinbase, because Coinbase are now earning 1% of every single Tezos that people own on their platform, which you've got to think is probably a huge amount. So they're just earning 1% day in, day out for every single Tezos that people own. And obviously they're taking the fee for you buying Tezos through their platform. So I think this is going to be huge going forward. And I think platforms that come onto Coinbase that start offering better rewards, they're going to have a really big spike in price. Not financial advice, just my personal opinion. But you can see here I've earned almost half a Tezos because they only started offering this in the UK when I did my video about Tezos, which was about a week or maybe 2 weeks ago now. So this is really cool. I think that's really cool. So that's it from Tezos. I will be increasing my stake in Tezos. The other one that I've got is Hex. So you guys know that I quite like Hex. It's more of a sort of decentralized. They're not on any main exchanges at the moment. And the main exchange that they seem to be using to buy and sell is Uniswap, and I was actually going to be doing a video about Uniswap in the next few days because I'm really excited by the prospect of this decentralized exchange. Not only that it's decentralized, that's one thing, but the other thing is that I'm not very good with exchanges. I'm not going to lie. I've done videos in the past and people are like, no, Glenn, you need to click the stop loss. You need to do this. You need to zoom out. You need to look at the 5-minute chart, you know, and all this stuff. And I've just left it. With Uniswap, it's very simple. You just put in, I want to sell 100,000 Hex, and then it says you should receive this in return. And you can set what amount of slippage you're willing to accept. So if you, by the time that the exchange actually happens, obviously the price could go up or down. So if you have a tolerance of 5%, then you can put 5% tolerance and it will make that exchange for you, or it won't. Very, very simple, very easy. And you can actually earn money through Uniswap in a decentralized manner, which I'll be doing a video on shortly. So Hex seems to be one of the most traded coins on Uniswap, so it's really sort of leading the way, I suppose, in the decentralized world of cryptocurrency, in my opinion. Obviously the main one is Ethereum. Ethereum is another one that's huge, and they're going to be offering staking as well. So you can see what I mean by every coin seems to be doing some form of staking at the moment, and I think it's going to be a really big feature in the next bull run. So you can see here that I've got 300,000 Hex that I'm staking. I've got 100% of all my coins staked, so I'm not actually holding any spare Hex. I've just got them all stakes, which means I'm earning Hex every single day. You can see the interest. I've earned 2,358 Hex. So out of that, I have a total of 304,521 Hex. So that's obviously up from that. And if I continue to stake these past the big payday in a staking platform that's sort of really sort of cheap at the moment, then I really sort of would recommend that you do a bit of research into Hex, I say. There is a link to Hex down below. If you click that link, then you get a 10% reward on any Hex that you purchase through the AA Transform page, or you can buy them through a decentralized exchange called Uniswap, which again, I would recommend that you check that out to see what the current rates are. But if you stake past the big payday, which is coming up in, I think, end of November, something like that, this is probably going to tie in, I reckon, with when we're going to start really seeing the price of Bitcoin start to make some moves. I'm not necessarily saying it's going to be at 300,000k, but I think it's going to start to creep up at those times, which therefore you would say that a lot of the altcoins are going to go up with it. Well, if they go up, you tend to find different platforms pumping harder than some of the others on any given day, and Hex at the moment is pretty cheap, I think, for what it is. And once you stake past this big payday, you're actually going to almost double the amount of Hex that you actually have staked. So it's a really quick way to double the amount of cryptocurrency that you have. Now, if you haven't got huge amounts of money, as I'd done a video the other day about the understanding the Hex shares side of it, and I won't get too involved in that. If you want to check out my video on that, if you want to understand it a bit better, you can actually make a smaller stake, just make it for a longer time. So instead of staking for 1 month or 6 months, do it for like 3 years, and the amount of Hex that you will incur in that time is going to be hugely beneficial, as opposed to doing a large stake over the course of 3 months or something like that. You will gain more out of it. So that's a way that someone with not a huge amount of money can get involved in cryptocurrency and really improve their position in Hex. Now, obviously, I don't know what the price of Hex will be in 3 years' time, but you would imagine if all the other cryptocurrencies are up from where they are currently, then Hex will probably be in the same sort of ballpark figure. At the moment, they're still below 0.5 cent, so I'm still sort of double where I was when I invested in. I invested about here, actually. I don't know if you can see that on the screen. So yeah, I'm still really happy with where we're at. We've had a bit of a dip lately in the price of Hex, but I'm accumulating more Hex every single day. So even if the price of Hex stayed the same now for the next year, I would be happy with that, because I've doubled the amount of Hex that I actually own. So I've doubled my money if it stays the same price. So that's the way you got to think of this, guys. Even if the price of these coins don't go up, because we're accumulating more of the asset, it doesn't matter. It will affect you if the price of the coin goes down 80%. Then you'll be thinking, oh gosh, I wish I sold them at the high or whatever. But if you're accumulating more of the asset, it's going to dampen that blow anyway. And obviously, if the price of cryptocurrencies go up, you have more of those coins. So you're going to be sort of double. You're doubling, like, not doubling your money, but do you understand what I mean? You're accumulating more of the assets, and the assets are going up in price as well. So your piece of the pie is getting bigger and bigger. So that's my view on Hex. If you want to check Hex out, the link to it is in the description down below if you want to get a 10% bonus. So my last one is probably, I would say, my favorite at the moment, and that is Crypto.com's exchange service. So I'm not into trading, anything like that. I'm not really a big fan of exchanges, full stop, if I'm being completely honest. But if you use the MCO card, as you guys know, because I've probably done 2 or 3 videos about it lately, if you use this card here, so to get this card you have to stake 50 MCO, which will set you back about £200, $250, something like that. You will get this metal card, which means you can start earning 2% cashback rewards on any purchase that you make. Anything you buy, you earn 2% cashback rewards. Now, they pay you that 2% cashback rewards in MCO tokens. So your MCO will just be going up anyway. So already, before we've even mentioned the word staking, we are accumulating more MCO. Now, you can choose whether you want to sell that MCO and convert it into your fiat wallet. So then you've actually gained money out of it. You can convert it into USDT or to Bitcoin or whatever you want. I've chosen to actually convert it. So on the actual app on the phone, I just go sell MCO and I choose to sell it for CRO. And it does it all for me on the app. I just click confirm and I've got CRO tokens using their back-end exchange. The CRO tokens are in relation to the exchange side of the Crypto.com ecosystem. And I have been doing this every day. Every day that I get MCO, you can see here my balance is 0 of MCO. I am putting those MCO into CRO tokens. Now, if you're on the exchange platform, if you want, you can hold this balance and you can get cheaper fees when doing exchanges if you're into trading. But I've been choosing to actually stake it on their platform. So if you go over to the right here, I don't know if you guys can see this clear enough, but I've got 5,361 CRO tokens staked. Now, I actually done this on a video. You can go back and watch that one. If we click on this tab up the top here where it says stake and earn, you can see that I have my stake there, and it tells you how many days until I can unstake it. So I had to stake it for 6 months, and for that I'm actually earning 20% interest on my CRO tokens, which is huge. 20%. Now, if we go back over to that stake and rewards platform, a lot of these ones that offer huge returns, like say Phantom, where it says 38% reward, it actually says adjusted reward, so the annual reward rate adjusted for annual dilution inflation of the network. So this is the figure you really want to look at. You can see that none of them are currently at 20%. Some of them are even at negative. So 20% you actually get with CRO tokens. This is huge. If you want to get one of these cards, there is a link in the description down below. If you use my link, when you purchase the 50 MCO tokens, you will gain $50 of free MCO tokens straight off the bat. So day one, you get the card and you've got your 50 MCO. You then get an additional $50 worth of MCO for free, which is about 10 MCO tokens. So you can convert those into CRO tokens straight away, which will get you about 600-700 CRO tokens, I believe. The price of CRO keeps going up, so it's hard to keep track of. So yeah, I'd recommend that as a strategy. Now, as well as that, I mentioned in a video the other day that you can use this strategy where you get paid the rewards for your CRO staking. If I actually go to my history, you can see here I've had 3 different payouts. So I got one on the 2nd of June, 3rd of June, 4th of June. So this is every single day, and I'm earning just under 3 CRO tokens. Now, CRO tokens are currently literally just on the cusp of being 10 cent. So that's about 30 cent a day that I'm earning. You do that over the month, and that's a decent chunk of money for a very small stake. Now, them tokens are actually going straight into my balances, my available balance. So this is the available balance here. So this is going up by 3 every day. If you have more than 3,300 CRO tokens available in your available balance, you don't stake them or anything, you just leave them there. When you actually go over to the staking side of it, there's this tab that says soft staking. And you can see here that if I go down to CRO tokens, you need a minimum of 3,300 CRO, which I've got. And for that, you earn 5% per annum. So I'm getting 20% per annum on my 5,000 that I've staked. That's the minimum stake you need. And then with the interest that I'm earning from CRO, which is more CRO tokens, I'm then getting 5% on those. So that's really awesome. And the other day when I done that video, I said I'm going to increase my CRO balance, which I've done, because I like to see things work before I sort of really invest lots of money in them. So I've done the bare minimum, and I can clarify that I am earning 3 CRO tokens a day. And if I go over to all my earning history, you can actually click up here, rebates. So this is all my rebates. This is my CRO staking. This is my soft staking. You can see that it says no records found, and that's because I've only just bought those tokens today. So give it a few days time, we'll see that if I'm earning the CRO soft stake inside of it as well as the 20% stake inside of it. So this to me is like such a good, it seems too good to be true, if I'm being honest. I'm earning like 25% on my money that I'm getting for essentially free, because I'm just using this card to make my day in day out purchases. So if I was to use my normal card from my wallet, I get nothing. I get absolutely nothing. But if I do it through this card, so if I transfer all my money onto this card and I use this to spend day in, day out, I'm accumulating more MCO. I'm then converting that MCO into CRO, and then I'm earning 25% on that. It's insane. It's really, really insane. Probably the best reward platform I've seen. And they've just, the news that came out today was that they've just taken on one of the sort of head executives from Coinbase, have just gone over to CRO to work for them. So they're getting people on board that are coming from a trusted platform and know the cryptocurrency space very well. They're also one of the highest insured companies in the cryptocurrency space, so that just adds to their credibility. But I'm really interested in this, and it's even made me think about just sort of selling all my other cryptocurrencies to stake with CRO tokens, to be honest. So if I actually go over to CoinMarketCap and actually have a look at CRO tokens, and this is something to bear in mind, guys. So you get a lot of YouTubers that talk about a load of coins that are on sort of page 3, page 4 of CoinMarketCap, and they say, oh, this is going to be the next best thing, blah, 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 because it does privacy or it does video game purchases or something like that, whatever it is. They're ones that I seem to see the most popular trends on. No one really talks about the CRO token on YouTube, and it's odd because if Bitcoin ever has sort of a run up in price at any time, and even when it's not, so just consistently over the last, I would say 7 months, over the last 7 to 8 months, the CRO token has only gone one way. It has just gone up. Now, it may not be huge amounts, like it hasn't gone up like 40% in a day, but I think those days are yet to come yet for CRO. You always see this with coins. You always see huge, big jumps in coins in one day, but if we go down to the CRO token, it always seems to be in the top gainers of the day. Now we can see here that it's currently just under 10 cents, which actually frustrates me a little bit, because when they were doing the 50% off Bitcoin syndicate event, one of the things was that leading up to a syndicate event, the crypto.com, the CRO token, seems to go up in price, and then after the syndicate event it drops off. So I thought, oh, do you know what, I ain't going to take the risk and I don't want to put money in. And at the time I said, oh, it's at sort of like a high at the moment at 6 cents. It is now at 10 cents. So what do I know? But you can see here, look at that graph. It's almost just at, I don't know if you guys can see that, just above my head here, you can see that it's just continuously gone up in price. I had a little bit of a dip there where all the others had a huge dip. Cryptocurrency had a huge dip that day, but that didn't do too bad, and it's just continuously gone up. Now, this says to me that if a coin performs like that during a bear market, so forget like, you know, page 5 of, this is like in the top 10, top 30. This coin has continuously gone up in price since November, I think. It has continuously risen in price. This dip here was nowhere near as bad as the other coins when COVID-19 happened, and then it gained it back very quickly, and now it's way past that. So I do wish that I had bought into CRO sooner. At one point it was just under 3 cents, so you would have almost, it's 2.5x where it was even 6 months ago. Now, if a coin performs like that in a bear market, imagine what this coin is going to do during a bull market. Now, this is what currently CRO token has going for it. The exchange isn't available in America. So when the exchange goes live in America, well, I would imagine we're going to see quite a huge uptick in CRO token purchases then. The card itself, this card, is now available in the UK, Europe, so lots of countries, I think 31 countries in Europe are now getting this card in the last week or so. So once they figure out, you know, that you can do this staking on 20%, they're going to jump in on that. It's just, I think the other day got announced for Canada or something like that, I read. So that's another big country that's been added to it. So the availability of the card is rapidly increasing. As the exchange becomes more popular around the world, then you're going to see more and more demand. And once people clock onto this 20% staking, and then you get 5% staking. Now, they may take this away. It may all just disappear, the staking side of it. But while that is happening, the coin is always going up in price during a bear market, and it's becoming more and more available all around the world. So, I don't know. I'm not recommending this to anyone. I'm not offering financial advice, but take an educated guess. Where's the price of CRO going to go from that? And I can see this. I can honestly see this. It's currently ranked 12, and I just can't see why it wouldn't be higher than... I can see it competing with Binance Coin. And Binance Coin has a $2.7 billion market cap. CRO only has 1.7, so that's an extra billion. And if you look at other staking platforms, and I know that Tezos and Cardano are having their own sort of mainnets and their own sort of blockchains, but I can see it competing with some of these other ones. So I can't see why it wouldn't work its way up into the top 10 list anyway. And I always said from the beginning, and you guys know this that have watched my channel for a couple of years now, that if there was a cryptocurrency that you could actually use day-to-day life, that would kill it. It would really do well. Like in a bull market, it would absolutely kill it. And out of all of these cryptocurrencies that you see in front of you, there's only one that I can quickly convert onto this card and go and buy sweets and chocolate with it. So what does that tell you? Honestly, guys, I think CRO is a sleeping giant. Now, I'm not saying that it's always going to go up in price, and I'm sure there'll be 30-40% drop-offs in price on a given day or whatever. I really am bullish on crypto.com, especially the CRO token. So I will be increasing my position in CRO. I will also be increasing my position in Hex, and then Tezos is probably third on my list out of the three that I've talked about today. But what do you guys think? What do you think are going to be the next huge players in the staking game? It seems like this is a trend that a lot of platforms are using. Binance are going to be offering staking now. Coinbase are offering staking. All these cryptocurrencies, as we've seen with that website, loads and loads of cryptocurrencies are all offering staking. So there's loads to choose from there. Which ones are going to be the big players in the next bull run? I can honestly see staking of cryptocurrencies being the next ICOs, if you like. I can see a lot of people arguing about which is the best staking platform, which offers the better rewards, which ones offer the most regular payouts, which ones have had drop-offs in utility and their exchange or website's gone down, or hacks. I can see that all playing out and the price of these coins competing against each other. And if I had to put my money where my mouth is, I would say out of all of those, I would say CRO at the moment. What do you guys think? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Comment down below. Also, click the subscribe button if you're new to this. Also, don't forget to smash that like button. Please, just smash the like button. And I'll see you guys on the next video from myself. Bye, guys.